And the second email today comes to us from Morgan Williams, who writes, with the Henry Cavill departure and there apparently not being any plans for another Superman movie, do you think it's likely that supporting characters like Amy Adams as Lois Lane and Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor could be recast as well? I mention that because the real Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum, just tweeted that he'd be up for taking over the Lex Luthor role again. Could that happen? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Morgan. And what Morgan is talking about is that, of course, we know with all the drama going on with Henry Cavill in the Superman role, we've talked about that ad nauseum last week, so that's going on. If he goes, could they be looking, and with the fact that they don't have any upcoming Superman movie plans, could that mean that Jesse Eisenberg is out as Lex Luthor? Could that mean Amy Adams is out as Lois Lane? And if Jesse Eisenberg is out as Lex Luthor, should they go back and get Michael Rosenbaum? Now, here's when Morgan says Michael Rosenbaum says he'd be up for coming back. Let's be specific here. Here's where this comes from. Sci-Fi put out a tweet about the news story that Henry Cavill is out as Superman. In response to that tweet, Michael Rosenbaum put out a pretty good tweet of his own, and he responded to Sci-Fi's tweet with the following. He wrote, I wish Eisenberg was done at Warner Brothers. Give me my job back. And he puts a little winky smiley face. So the headline on the Sci-Fi Wire thing was, Cavill done at Warner Brothers. And now he's saying, I wish Eisenberg was done at Warner Brothers. Give me my job back. So what you then had is a bunch of people running around telling people like Morgan that, did you hear that Michael Rosenbaum wants to come back as Lex Luthor? First of all, it's a joke. He's obviously being facetious and funny. Okay, there's that. You know what? Here's the other thing. What is the name of the guy? Was it Rick Springfield? Rick Springfield, because you know there's been the whole Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly drama going on. Rick Springfield put out one of the greatest tweets of all time this weekend. He put out a tweet that said, I'm currently writing a diss song about Kenny Loggins. Greatest tweet of all time. That was great. Anyway, obviously it's just him having some fun and being a bit facetious. I think it's clear that Michael Rosenbaum was just having some fun and being a bit facetious, and just to emphasize the point, he puts the little winky thing at the end. Clearly, he's just joking around. The other thing is this. They would never bring Michael Rosenbaum in to play Lex Luthor. I'm not saying Michael Rosenbaum could never be in the DCEU or whatever they're calling the DC universe at the time. I'm certainly not saying they could never bring him in to play a role. Absolutely they could. Could they bring him in to play Lex Luthor? No, because this isn't Smallville. This is Superman, not Smallville. And Smallville is not Superman. I love Smallville. But Smallville is an Elseworld version of Superman. They just did too many things in Smallville that are completely contradictory to the Superman lore. It's not really Superman. That's why, as much as I love Tom Welling in Smallville, and by the way, I like Tom Welling a lot in Lucifer. Tom Welling was a regular this season on Lucifer, and he was great. I loved him in it. Anyway, I love Tom Welling in Smallville, but I remember when they were talking about who's going to play the new Superman. This is going back years, obviously, and people would say, they got to get Tom Welling. It's like, no, this is not Smallville the movie. This is Superman. And I feel the same way about Michael Rosenbaum, who played a great Lex Luthor in Smallville, but this isn't Smallville the movie. This is Superman. So the fact that, he wasn't being serious, he was just joking around, on top of the fact that it doesn't look like they're doing a new Superman movie anytime soon anyway, on top of the fact that they're not going to go out and start recasting Smallville characters to reprise their roles in the DCEU. No, maybe we see him play something else. I'm up for that because I think he's really good. But anyway, all those things stacked up, no, I don't think there is any chance. I'll go 0. I'll set the over-under at 0, and I'll even take the under on 0, that we'll actually see Michael Rosenbaum play Lex Luthor in a DCEU or whatever they're calling the universe type of film. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think there could be a legitimate chance that happens sometime? Jump down to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. All right, let's go on to the...